Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we will introduce Metafactory's visual ontology modeling interface. Let's dive right in and have a look at the ontologies that have been loaded in our Metafactory instance. In the ontology catalog, accessible by clicking the workspace icon in the top right and selecting ontologies from the Assets section, we see the organization ontology. This ontology describes organizations and the people and projects they are related to. In the ontology catalog, we see some metadata for each ontology, its title, and its publication status, indicated by the colored dot next to the version number. We also see some statistics, like the number of classes, attributes and relations. There are also several actions we can perform from the ontology catalog, available through the three-dot menu on each ontology card. We can create a new version from a published ontology, export them, delete them, and more. Let's now navigate to the organization ontology and explore it in more detail. If this is your first time opening an ontology in this session, a welcome guide will appear that briefly introduces the main concepts. Feel free to step through it or close it. The editor then opens directly. Since this ontology does not yet have a diagram, an empty canvas appears, ready for us to build a diagram step by step. You'll notice an Add All Classes button at the bottom of the canvas. It lets us populate the diagram with every class from this ontology in one click. For this example, we'll add classes manually so you can see how it works. As you can see, the canvas is empty, but on the left there is a panel where we can explore classes, attributes, and relations defined in this ontology. Additionally, if we click on one of the classes, for example, organization, a knowledge panel opens up on the right. On the Info tab we see the area of this class and the ontology that describes it. By switching to the Attributes and Relations tabs, we see the attributes defined for this class and all its relations, similar to the tree on the left, but for the selected class. If we click on Manage Instances, we see the instances with the type organization that already exist in our system, for example, Metaphacts and Digital Science. We can edit the details for these instances or add new instances, but that's something we'll be doing later. Back to our ontology, in the top right of the page you'll notice an Info and Metadata button. Clicking it shows additional information about this ontology, such as its version number, creator, creation date, and more. Now that we have understood the main parts of the ontology editor, let's build the diagram for this ontology. We can do this interactively, by drag and dropping classes onto the canvas. Use the search and find the classes you are interested in, and then drag them onto the canvas. We'll start with organization, person, and company. By doing this, we'll also see the relations between the classes that we've added to the canvas. So once we've added organization, person, and company, we see that an organization can have an unlimited number of members. To complete our diagram, you can use the Expand button on the Person class. This will show all classes related to person. Now you can click on Expand and the remaining classes will be added to our diagram. If you remember, we can see the attributes by using the Knowledge panel on the right for each class. But what we can also do is use the Show Attributes toggle at the bottom of the canvas to display all attributes alongside their classes. So we can see that person has an attribute called birthday, while organization has an attribute called date founded. And this works the same way for all classes on the canvas. So remember that this is an ontology that already exists in our system. These classes, relations and attributes have already been defined as part of it and we are now just exploring it. So if we now go to the top left and click Save, what we are saving at this point is a diagram. By default it's named Diagram and marked as the default view of this ontology. The idea behind this is that we can have several diagrams and views for any ontology, to serve various user needs depending on our use case, so we can have diagrams that show more classes and diagrams that show fewer, specific classes. We are always able to create new diagrams or switch between diagrams. Multiple users can also collaborate on the same ontology in real time, with changes synchronized live across all editors, but we'll explore that capability in a later video. And this concludes this video. Thank you for watching.